Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 17 of Cave Factory. In the last episode, we constructed our two spawners back there, and in between episodes, I made the foundations for all of the other spawners, plus one of the spawner rooms, kind of. And I'm just going to use the same design here. I think it's going to look neat and cool and just colorful for each spawner. I like it very much. So here we're going to have a zombified piglin spawner, which is going to be nethery like crimson. And then this guy is going to be acacia because it's going to be the tower wood golem. And that drops tower wood planks, which look orangey, kinda. So we're going to do acacia for those. I think it's going to look neat. I should have probably been using the copy paste gadget all along for building those instead of just rotating with the hammer for 10 years. But I can just shift right click and right click and copy the entire area, and then we can press G to go to paste, and then I can just right click like this, and I just build out of bark because it's super easy. And also here on the side we don't get any ugly looking wood blocks, even though it's all going to be hidden. I don't care. I care. I don't care that I care. So over here what I just do is basically go like this. Let me turn on my magnet, and we build just one or two layers on one side. Like that. And then we change this to copy. We shift right click, we copy the area, we put on paste, and then we go 1, 2, 3. And I even do the fourth one, and then I just shave off a layer like that. And then I can copy it to all of the other sides by just doing this, by placing a random block right here. And I can copy it directly to this side. Like that. And as far as this side goes, it's not going to go correctly. So we just rotate and then do the exact same thing. We go like this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm out of blocks. Need to farm more acacia. I then turn all the acacia logs that I have into acacia wood. And then over here, I have the creative motor with this set to the acacia wood bark. And we just toss it in like that. And then it makes the bark for us. So we don't have to do it manually. And I think we were just missing a couple blocks here on top. We're going to do something like that. And possibly like this. Oh, no, it's not going to work. Oh, we're out of it anyway. Okay. And for some reason, the building gadget does a weird thing with the tinted glass. It makes like a line in between, like it doesn't update properly. So the easiest way to solve this is just to build with the builder's wand. It does its thing properly, and it goes like that. Nice. Now that I know exactly what to do for each of the spawners, it takes me so much less time to set each one of those up. So this one is still in the works, but this one is working. We have iron coming in. It's already at 2,000, and we are also getting planks, and these are all fully upgraded. So eventually we're going to have 393,000 whatever planks. And here I just set this guy to be 1,000,000 iron just because we can, and this is going to run. And I don't think this is even causing like any frame lag or anything, because it is still here. Are we full on skulls? We're not. This is outputting. See, that's weird. Why is this not? This happened to me just now. And we're gonna change this actually to, because I've been using wither skeleton and spawner. It's kind of a nice thing to do. So we're gonna do here this and receiver. We'll break this one, place it again, this, and this. Okay, now it works. It happened to me with the tower golem spawner as well. I don't know, it's just weird. I'll change the witch one here as well to be this, and also this. There we go. Okay, cool. I believe when we flip this to emit when under the amount, we should be seeing pigmen spawning, but we're not. Because something went wrong. This is hooked up because this needs to be a transmitter. And then this needs to be replaced for some reason. Or possibly this needs to be replaced. There we go. Maybe it needs just a moment to start up. Or maybe it's too bright. Nope. Okay. And then... Oh, so many drops. Collector. I forgot that. 2 collectors. Bam. And a bam. And drawers, of course. Maybe I do the drawers. So we'll do that. This will turn off. I should possibly put in some drawers, right? That might help a little bit. Now it's working properly. And to just tell you, I am muffling everything here because I just don't want to hear it. And I kind of prefer the sound muffler mob from before, where you placed a sound muffler and it did a radius around the block that you placed, because that way you can still hear all of the other mobs and everything everywhere else you go and not in the place where the spawner is, because this guy muffles everywhere. So I kind of don't like that, in my opinion. But it is working. We are getting gold in here. Rotten flesh, all of the things, the zombie hearts, and I also added chickens because eventually chickens jockeys will spawn, and I could just void it, but we'll store the chicken. It's fine. And every spawner room I built, I think of better things that I can do. I can build the entire wall. I have a copy-paste gadget, so I can easily just go and G, copy, and we can go right-click, copy the area, and it says Dyer would be proud because it's a 9x9. And it's funny. I don't think I have enough stem, yeah. So we need to get a little bit more of this. That should be plenty. And we can, if we place a block, build the entire floor. Awesome. Well, that's super easy. For the blaze spawner, I want to use this stripped helix tree bark, and sadly, I can't put that in the saw and it strip it for me, so it was gonna have to be this. At least I built it with the copy-paste gadget. 9x9s at a time, so this will only take a moment. It's so weird when you turn off all of the sounds and everything is just super quiet and you don't hear anything, not even you walking on the floor. Anyway, I have the blaze spawner and the elder guardian spawner working. I would really like to have a regular guardian spawner, but I can't get a guardian spawn egg anywhere. You need guardian charm fragments, for which you need guardian spikes, which are drops from guardians and not anything else. But here we are getting all the drops. I have it set to like 100k in the system for prismarine crystals and for prismarine shards. We can change that if we need to. And here we have blazes with the blaze rods and everything. And now I just need to go back into the storage, here, and grab all the drawers that we need for the mob farm as well, and also the blaze rods, and set up the cursed and blessed earth farms yet again. For the cursed earth and blessed earth farm, I decided to choose the castle brick pillar, or bold castle brick pillar. It takes very long to break, but it is a cool looking block, and it's kind of white, and I can make it 2-directional. And here I just used polished basalt because it's a dark block that has 2 sides. And for this, we need dispensers to cover everything with water. And the easiest way to trigger these is just to have a redstone link directly on them, and we can do the redstone elsewhere pretty much to how we trigger these. So I'm going to set these to dispenser, and this is the cursed farm, right? Yeah. The dispenser and cursed farm, and then make it a receiver and a receiver. So from the blessed and the cursed earth, I produce all of these items, and I need to kind of condense them into possibly a 3x3 of drawers. So I think we'll use the 2x2 drawers. If we look in here, we'll use these guys, the frame drawers 2x2 that hold 8 stacks per drawer, and it should be fine. Hopefully I can consolidate everything. Plus, I don't need to keep possibly like name tags or golden apples or whatever. It's not really a thing that needs to happen. I can just toss in like a stack in the system, but we'll see how many items we can fit inside of this space. And as far as the redstone is concerned, I'm going to put it back here, kind of like I did for all of these. And one thing that I didn't show you, I made a bit of a different system here because the guardians take quite a while to die because they have a lot of health and they all bounce around with the fans, and then each time they hit, they take a little bit of damage. So what I did here basically is when this triggers, actually this is the input, when this triggers, it triggers the fans and the crusher right away, and then it also triggers the spawner right away, and then it triggers both of the repeaters basically. So this one has 16 seconds of delay. So after 16 seconds, this will output a signal, right? And then when that is turned off, after 16 seconds, this will turn off. So basically, after we turn off the spawner, the fans and the crusher stay on for 16 more seconds. And I could even add more delay, to be honest. You know what? We can just add max delay. What is it? We'll have 1 minute. Well, no, that's too much, I think. 30 seconds should be plenty. But basically, the Guardians then just flop around and eventually they hit the middle part of the crusher and they get killed. So we get left with an empty room. The redstone back here is going to be fairly simple. We're going to have an observer torch combo to turn on the dispensers, or basically turn them off. So when we push the button, it triggers and it pulls back the water. And then we turn off the button, it's going to trigger and put back the water. And here we have a repeater that's going to be on for 4 seconds, and it's going to turn on these after 4 seconds basically, and also turn them off 4 seconds after we turn on the dispensers. So we should clean up all of the other mobs, hopefully, and they shouldn't flow outwards. And now it's time to do this. And I hope that the cursed earth spreads at nighttime and the blessed earth as well. So we will see. And what I basically just have to do is come in here and place 1. And we're gonna then exchanging gadget that. This should be the cursed earth, right? There we go. Can I do it through the water? I can. Okay. I just don't, it doesn't show me the thing. Okay. The water is turning it back to dirt. That didn't happen before, did it? You know what might have been the case? We might have had residual lamp light. We have this lamp, do we not? The feral flare lantern. That might be putting lights in places that we don't want it to place. Like, why is it bright here? I don't have night vision. I mean, the spawners are still working just fine. I just don't know why there's lights in here. Well, at least, I think, now that there are no lights, the dirt is staying. I just don't know if it'll spread and do its thing. So we need collection for everything and drawers and all that good stuff. And I think it should work. It's time for mega item organizing. We're going to have a pipe here. We're going to extract and we're going to put a netherite ultimate pipe upgrade. And I have a bunch of drawers here set up. And what we can then do is just take a stack of this and toss it in here. And then let's say a stack of steak that we want here. Boom, in here. We'll do a stack of pork chop, for example, and cooked pork chop. And we can have all of that organized like so. These are all the things that I want to keep from my cursed earth mob farm, because we don't really need to store diamond horse armor and all of the other horse armors and all of the other things. It's really mostly junk. So what I will have to do is down here, I will have to add everything to this filter, because I'm already filtering out all of the armor bits and all of the weapons and stuff. And I'm also going to filter out potatoes, carrots, the charms, saddles, which were, I believe, up here. Yeah, I double filtered the saddles. No need to do that. So I think we can turn this on, right? I am still transferring the items for the blessed farm. It's still emptying out all of the 393,000 of all of the things. So down here, we're going to see everything that we're going to start producing. And if we want to, we could potentially bring some stuff into an ender chest. It's so wonky working here. You have to like be on the right track to just hit here. So yeah, here we see iron horse armor. We're just gonna add it to the filter like that, and that should get voided. So every so often I'll check this and see if there's new items, like for example that. And coal, for example, from the turtles. We don't need coal. We have so much of it that I'm just going to destroy it because it doesn't need to be the case. And the blessed earth farm doesn't even spawn mobs. I didn't test this. I tested the cursed and it worked. And I assumed that this would work as well. But it doesn't, apparently. Maybe no passive mobs can spawn in this dimension or something. Which is fine. We're just not going to worry about it. Nobody has to know. You don't tell anyone, okay? We pretend it worked because we have all the drops. which it did, but in the overworld. As far as fluid XP, we're gonna just store it right in here, and it's gonna drain out of this ender tank, putting into here from all of the mob farms, and then this tank is gonna be for moving it around the base if we need it. For example, wherever we set up an enchanting room, if we set up that at some point. But that, I think, is gonna be it for our mob farm room, or dimension even. Everything is working, doing its thing. We are getting a whole bunch of iron, a whole bunch of gold, whole bunch of all of these droppies from wither skeletons, witches have actually completed, because I changed it a bit here. I did set it to 393 sticks and 393 glowstone instead of the million glowstone, because we don't need that much. It's just going to be all 393 because that's the max amount for the singular drawer, so everything that we kind of accumulate to the max is just going to appear up here. So that's pretty neat. I also chunk loaded everything over here, so it should be constantly running even when we're at the regular old base. In between episodes, I set up a little bit of a bee farm, and it has produced quite a bit of honeycomb and honey blocks. I have like a stack now, so I think that'll be plenty for what we need. So I think for the moment, we'll just tear this down. All of the bees have just gone inside, so we're just gonna remove it because we don't need it set up anyway. We don't need honey for that many things. So bye, bee farm. There we go. And I'm pretty much about out of time for recording for today. So I want to thank you all so much for dropping by, so much for watching, so much for liking, subscribing, doing all the good stuff that you do. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.